Hey fight fans, welcome back to the Fight Book. This is the Indian accent guy back with some good fight announcements, and today we have 14 new fights including Bryce Mitchell's bantamweight debut and some boxing world title fights. Also we have updates from UFC 316 and a bad news from Prates. So without wasting any time, let's start the video. Let's start it directly from Dan Ige versus Patricio Pitbull. Yes, yesterday I told you that Dan Ige has said his fight news is coming soon and his opponent is probably Patricio Pitbull, and now this fight is official, which means you can rely on the Indian accent guy. This fight is added on UFC 318 card July 19th, headlined by Holloway versus Poirier trilogy. Dan Ige is currently riding only one fight win streak, while Pitbull is coming off his debut loss to Yair Rodriguez. The headliner of this card, Dustin Poirier, shows off his last dance mouth guard ahead of his last fight, retirement fight against Max Holloway. If we move on, there are two middleweight bouts that are added on UFC Vegas 108 card in Las Vegas, August 2nd, headlined by Albazi versus Taira. First one is a battle of losers where Rodolfo Vieira will take on Tresean Gore. Both fighters are coming off a loss, but the second one is a big one. 2-0 in the UFC, Azamat Bekoev got what he wanted. He is going to fight Torres Fini, who is coming off his debut win in the UFC on UFC Vegas 108 card. Let's just hope he is not the early prelims as he once joked about. Anyway, the co-main event of this card has been announced, and it is going to be a bantamweight bout in women's division where number 12 ranked French fighter Nora Cornolle will take on number 10 ranked Carol Rosa. This fight was already announced, but now this is confirmed that it will be the co-headliner of UFC Vegas 108. Next is Vanessa Demopoulos' fight announcement. She is moving up a division and will be taking on Jamie Lynn Horst, whose original opponent Teresa Bleda has pulled out. Demopoulos is currently riding a 2-fight losing streak, and she will be trying to break that skid by fighting in a weight class above her original weight. This fight will take place at UFC Atlanta June 14th, headlined by Buckley vs. Usman. Last official fight update is from Amanda Ribas vs. Tabitha Ricci, which was originally announced for UFC 318 card, but now this fight is moved to 1 week later card, July 26th, UFC Abu Dhabi, headlined by Whittaker vs. De Ridder. Now some unofficial, or we can say rumored, fight announcements. First one is Bryce Mitchell's bantamweight debut. It is rumored that Mitchell is going down to the bantamweight division and his possible first opponent is Saeed Nurmagomedov. Bryce is coming off a loss to Gene Silva, while Saeed is also coming off a loss to Vinicius Oliveira. Next rumor is Michel Pereira versus Marco Tulio. In yesterday's video, I told you that Michael Tulio also announced that his fight news is coming soon. Now it is being rumored that his opponent is none other than Michel Pereira. Both fighters have verbally agreed for this fight, and the fight is expected to happen in August, but no confirmed date yet. Moreover, UFC heavyweight Sergey Pavlovich has fight news coming soon according to his Telegram, and Brian Vettel also posts target acquired via his Instagram, hinting of fight news, I would assume. You tell me in the comment section, who do you think that Sergey Pavlovich is going to fight next? And we move on to the UFC 316 updates. Sean O'Malley has revealed that he will not dye his hair for his UFC 316 rematch with Merab Dvalishvili this weekend. This will be the first time O'Malley has fought without dyed hair since 2020. He is doing whatever it takes to get an edge over Merab, as he has turned the environment of his gym similar to the fight night. Featured fighter of the card, Patchy Mix, who is making his debut against a ranked fighter in Mario Batista, isn't lacking confidence before his UFC debut, as he doesn't think that Batista is even a step up. He says he has finished better fighters than Batista, and when he defeats Batista at UFC 316, he is next in line for the bantamweight title. It's not like he really is next in line, it's just he wants to be next in line if he beats Mario Batista. Anyway, Kevin Holland is also confident that he is gonna knock out Vicente Luque, and if this fight had been booked 3 years back, this would be a barn burner, but now he says he touched Luque early and Luque doesn't get back up. And the last news from the UFC, Carlos Prates has announced that Randy Murphy, the fan he brought to his UFC Kansas City fight against Jan Gary last month, has sadly passed away after a battle with cancer. Now let's talk about the key boxing fight announcements. First, Ring Magazine is reporting that Oshaki Foster and Stephen Fulton have agreed to a deal for Oshaki Foster's WBC Super Featherweight title fight. The fight is expected to land on the August 16 Gervonta Davis vs. Lamont Road Jr. 2 undercard. Next big fight is Nick Ball versus Louis Neri, which was agreed and planned to be on the Henny Teofimo undercard, but with Henny Teofimo fight not happening after Lopez withdrew, the Ball Neri fight is still expected to happen on the same date with a new headliner. Yoshiki Taki versus Christian Medina is also in negotiations for September in Japan, possibly to serve as the co-main event to Inoue versus Ahmad Ali. Other than these, we also have some official boxing fight announcements, and the first one is a super lightweight bout which is added on this weekend's Callum Simpson versus Ivan Zugu undercard. 13-0 undefeated hot super lightweight prospect, number 9 ranked by WBA, Adam Azim will return undercard in a showcase bout against Elliot Chavez, who is 12-7 and riding a 3-fight losing streak. Next one is a featherweight WBA interim title fight where number 1 contender Mirko Coelho will take on the unranked Sergio Rios for this vacant interim featherweight title. Next one is also WBA interim title but in the bantamweight division. Number 5 ranked bantamweight by WBA, Nonito Donaire, who is a former 4-division champion, will be taking on the unranked Andre Campos, who is a former title challenger at 112 pounds weight class. This fight will take place on June 14th in Argentina. The next one is a WBA title eliminator in their super welterweight division. WBA's 2 top 10 Russians, Magomed Kurbanov and Pavel Sazulin, will fight in a WBA super welterweight title eliminator fight on July 5th in Russia. With the title going vacant when Crawford moves up, the winner would probably be next for the interim champion Ioannis Talis. And the last official fight announcement is a super bantamweight bout where WBA number 6 ranked Peter Begrell will take on WBO number 13 ranked Ionat Baluta. This fight will be taking place on June 21st, undercard of Galal Jafai versus Rodriguez. Baluta is a short notice replacement of Shavaz Masood, who is out with injury. And then lastly, 29-year-old 4-division world champion Koshi Tanaka has announced his retirement from professional boxing. Tanaka set the record for the fastest 4-division champion in history in only 21 fights, winning titles between 105 pounds and 115 pounds. And that's all today in the fight world. Now you are completely up to date. So do me a favor, like the video, share your thoughts in the comment section, and then do whatever you want.